Dear students, in last class we have derived the equation of specific heat capacity of solids by using the Einstein's assumptions. So that specific heat capacity at constant volume, that is 3nk theta E divided by T whole square, e to the power of theta E divided by T whole divided by, in bracket, e to the power of theta E divided by T minus of 1 whole square. So this theta E divided by T gives the Einstein's temperature. So here, by using this condition, we'll see some or two cases. The first case is at high temperature, so at a high temperature, what is the specific heat of capacity of solids? We will see. So at high temperature, it means the temperature is more greater than the theta E. So theta E is nothing but the theta E divided by T is nothing but the Einstein's temperature. This temperature is a very smallest temperature. It means a very less temperature, small temperature. So here, if we use the specific heat capacity expression, so we can write this expression 3nk theta E divided by T whole square, and this term we can write as an exponential term. We can write 1 plus theta E divided by T plus 1 by 2 theta E divided by T whole square, plus so on we will get. So whole divided by this theta E to the power of theta E, we can write that is 1 plus theta E divided by T plus 1 by 2 theta E divided by T whole square, and so on. And next minus 1 is there, so we'll write here minus 1, and then the expression is like this, whole square. Here the square terms we will neglect. Why? Because the temperature is very smallest temperature. It may be at 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. Likewise, the temperature is going to be changes. So therefore, if you square these terms, then you will get the very lesser temperature. That's why the square terms are going to be neglected in the expression. So Cv is equals to the 3nk theta E divided by T whole square, and now here 1 plus theta E divided by T whole divided by 1 get cancelled here, 1 get cancelled, and then next what remains, theta E divided by T whole square is remains. So this one and this one is get cancelled, and now the expression of Cv is becomes 3nk 1 plus theta E divided by T. So I have told that this is a smallest temperature. If we added this smallest temperature to the 1, then it is nearly equals to the 1. So therefore this expression becomes Cv is equals to the 3nk into 1. So then this we can write 3R. So therefore here the specific heat capacity of the solids at high temperature is 3R. It means for high temperature the specific heat capacity of all the solids is constant, that is 3R. Whatever the Dulong and Petit's was explained, that is also similar in the Einstein's expression, and he also got for higher temperature whatever the that specific heat capacity of the solids is there, that constant up to the melting point, and then after melting point, so the specific heat capacity is increases. So how it is, we'll see here by using, this is the Cv, and then this is the temperature. So from the higher temperature, it means from room temperature, for example 27 degrees Celsius, and then if you took here any one of the material at melting points, gradually it is going to be increases. So it means from the high temperature we will come to know all the solids has a specific heat capacity. At this point, at higher temperature, it is a constant. It is the constant. And next, he is used the next another one case, that is at lower temperature. What is the specific heat capacity we will get? So here, second case is there, that is at low temperature. At low temperature. So here we'll use the expression, and then at low temperature it means the temperature is too much lesser than the theta e, too much lesser than the theta e. It means theta e divided by T is large, theta e divided by T is large. So therefore the expression becomes Cv is equals to the 3n k theta e divided by T whole square e to the power of theta e divided by T whole divided by e to the power of theta e divided by T. So minus 1 is there. So minus 1 is going to be neglected. Why? Because large value, if you have a 27-30 degree like that, if the ancient temperature is there, so in that ancient temperature if you subtracted one value, then you will get a large value only. So therefore this is going to be vanishes. So we have a square here, we have square. So now here we can write this term like this: e to the power of theta e divided by T into e to the power of theta e divided by T. So therefore this and then this get cancelled. So what remains now? Cv is equals to the 3nk theta e divided by T whole square, and e to the power of, I will take the numerator, this term theta e divided by T is remains, minus of theta e divided by T is remains. So this is the expression for the lower temperature. And then theta e we know that is h mu by k. Theta e is mu, we know that is h mu by k. It means here whatever the Cv is there, this Cv is directly proportional to the Einstein's temperature. This Einstein temperature. And by using the experimental of Einstein's temperature, he drawn a graphical representation. One graph, Cv versus temperature. So theta e now say here, theta e divided by T. So he got a curve like this. At lower temperature, from here to here he got a lower temperature, that is, it means the temperature, the Cv is suddenly drop from the higher temperature to the lower temperature. So here this theory is also failed. Why? Because if we compared with the experimental curve, that experimental curve is gradually decreases. So this experimental curve is obeys that law, that is a T cube law. It means Cv is directly proportional to the T cube. So and then this Einstein temperature, Einstein's whatever he proved that the specific heat capacity at lower temperature, it is proportional to the theta e divided by T. It means it is suddenly drop the temperature. So then this theory is failed. Why? Because the whatever third assumptions we have assumed, the atoms are does not depends on any other vibrating atoms. So it means it does not affect anything on the another one of the nearby atoms. So that is the one of the drawback of this theory. And then he failed to explain that whatever the lower temperature is there, in that lower temperature, so the CV is dropped suddenly, and then next we cannot follow that whatever the experimental curve is there, that curve we cannot follow. So here this drawback is fails to the Einstein's theory, and this deficiency is recovered by the Debye, the scientist Debye. So how he is proved that, and then how he is performed that experiment, and then how he is explained, we will see all these things in the next class. Thank you.